Wait.
All right, here's pre-throwing program. So if your kids are going early, I would suggest doing 25 jumping jacks, down and back, down and back. Do some arm circles forward, arm circles back, stretch across, stretch the tricep, stretch the bicep. The whole key is really to get that blood flowing through the body even before they get to the bands. And then the bands is a stepping stone to the throwing to the plyos into the ball, which is a stepping stone that go into the throwing progression. So real quick, we're going to walk through kind of the J-band workout for some of the younger kids. First one is just regular flies. So arms out, just bring them together. Keep the arms straight and slow. All these I typically do 10 to 12 reps for. So that's front flies, and you can go reverse flies. Same sort of thing. The arms out just like this. You really want to feel it. You almost want to pinch it in the back, hold it for a second, and bring it back. You don't want any of this because that's defeating the purpose. Whole key is really to tighten that rotator cuff in the back side of your arm. Just right here, just like this. 10 of those. And then we're going to go into tabletops. Again, we're only using our throwing arm. So left arm, or lefty left arm, right arm, or righty right arm. So arm up, put your other arm underneath to support. It's just right here. Again, 10 to 12 reps. Slow, feel it. You need to feel it in that back part of your shoulder, which is your rotator cuff. Same sort of thing, we're going to go reverse that. So here, up right there, hold, down. Up, down. You really feel that on the back side. And then from there, what I do is called pull aparts. So pull this off. Get where you can, it's enough slack here where you can actually pull it apart. Out like this, slowly back in. Out, slowly. It's working just as much as you come back in if you do it slow enough. That's really, again, all rotator cuff. So that's that. From there, then I'll go into, or I have the kids get down on one knee, put their throwing arm up, and then envision me right here, and I'm just hitting their arm. So the key is to try to really lock their shoulder in place. Again, this is strengthening their arm. So we're just hitting their arm right here, and they got to keep it, so I'm not moving them, okay? So do that for about 20-25 seconds. After that, that should be all of your pre-band, warm-up, whatnot. Then I go into some mechanic drills. The first one being the wall drill. This has been on the YouTube channel before. You want to get your front foot, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 inches from the wall. Back foot here. So all we're doing is getting into our low position and then drift towards home. The whole key is, one, your shoulders. You want to create this. All right, so you can see my plane going up, my back right, my throwing side, off center from your left shoulder, and drifting with your butt. We don't want to be hitting with our shoulders because that means we're going downhill. We don't want to be going downhill yet. So we're here, up, drifting with your bottom. Everything should hit with your bottom, okay? You're doing the drill right, boom, right here. The whole key is to get that shoulder separation. So if, if I'm here, you can see, when I get under here, I'm not here, I'm here. So I'm creating some, you look at my leg kick, I'm not here, I'm here. This is creating that torque on this side, so as you drift and come home and land, it's all here, and then you're exploding through. So that's called the wall drill. The next one we utilize it's called the pocket path, and this is all for arm action. It's really great, especially all younger kids. Muscle memory on how the ball should be coming up. So strap this on. Put this at like a slight angle here. Take any sort of ball in the pocket. So we're just right here. So basically just everything right here. So it's working on the correct arm path. We don't want to be super long. This won't allow you to come down and out. It allows you just to come out and here. Out and here. You stay more connected that way. The longer you get, typically, the less connected you are, which puts a lot more stress on the arm. So we're trying to stay connected. This whole pocket path makes you go here rather than going out here. Hopefully that makes sense. So we do about 20 of these every practice. Just focusing on the correct arm path. Right there. From there, we'll do the towel drill. which I don't have, but I'm going to supplement some sort of a tennis ball drill, which I'll get back to you guys later. So after we do that, then we do 20 throws just to get the arm loose, about 50 to 60%. First one's called pivot pickoff. So if I'm a righty, I'm going to be facing this way. The ball's here, open up your hips with that arm circle, boom, boom. We do about 20 of them. So I'm going to get on this side. You can see this side. So here, open up those hips. It's actually all in one motion, but I'm just kind of showing you what you do. So, pivot pick off, about 20 of these, or 10 of these. Again, we're just activating your arm. The younger guys, I'm using 450 grams, which I think is 12 or 13 ounces. I don't want to be letting it fly, but the whole goal is it's a little heavier, so it's going to a little bit more activation and blood flow in that shoulder. So I'll do 10 of those, and then we'll do roll-ins. So if you're a righty, it's right, left. Again, same sort of thing. So glove out front. You don't have a glove out. Glove here, ball here, right, left. So we'll do 10 of those. At that point, we are then ready to go into our progression throwing. So we'll move down to our progression throwing. What I will do, typically, I think there's 3 parts of the progression throwing that I really like, that I feel like focus on the most fundamentals within the program or the throwing program that we're trying to teach. First one is called the rocker. So I want the kids to get out ball foot open. So where we're basically at is we're already at our stride and landing, okay? So what we're focusing on, we've already landed. We're focusing on a weight shift to the back. So front, back, bring your weight through. All right? So what I will start with from a throwing program, I will do about 40% of the heavy light balls compared to baseballs. So for instance, if you're throwing, your first set is 20 pitches, we'll go what? 4 6-ounce balls, which is the orange, 12 baseballs, 4 of the 4-ounce balls. So we'll do our 6-ounce first. We'll get into our rocker. Boom. Throw. Go through your 4 orange. Go into baseball. So do your 12 baseballs, and then go into your blues and do your 4 blues. And from there, you pick it back up, pick all the balls up, get them lined back up, and you're going into set 2. So the last 2 that you could use is just called your load and go. So it's basically coming from the stretch, up, go. That's your load and go. If you want to create a little momentum, the third progression throwing that I really like is the walking wind-up. So stand behind the mound, find the mound, and get into your load and go. What this really helps with, your drift home, because you already have momentum going home. So you can almost feel that momentum start to go home. So boom, boom. And then, so I would pick 2 of those 3. So for instance, this time I did the rocker the first round. Now the second round, I'll do the walking wind-up. So I'll get here, boom, boom, and finish. Again, go through all 4 heavy balls, 12 baseballs, 4 light balls. So that would be week 1, you get about 40 throws in. After you're done with that, then I would go into 5 crow hops. So by this point, the kids' arms should be pretty live. So what you really want to do is make sure they're going on a straight line and just crow hop and let it go, okay? Make sure they're not spinning off. Make sure all momentum is going towards their target. Really, one thing is, especially with the young kids, really focus on glove tie. I see too many kids throw their glove out, which throws them off balance. So this glove is your driver. So every time they do any sort of rep, really pull that glove side into your side. So it's, make sure they're not flying open with it, because that will cause them to fly open. And obviously, if your kid's on the mound itself, the whole point of this line is to really come straight down it. You don't want to be closed because you're locking up your hips. If we're too far open, you've already lost all that power. So if you are doing 5 or 6 kids, make sure 3 of them are on these so you can really focus on creating that energy going straight home in a straight path. So once we've gotten done with that, then we're going to go into some deceleration. The reason why there's so much stress put on to the arm because everything is front loaded. So when you go to throw, your arm is like basically pumping the brakes, and all the brakes come back here in the rotator cuff. So what you want to do is some more decelerating drills to kind of help strengthen that rotator cuff as you finish your throw. So one of my favorite ones that Driveline uses a lot. So if you throw 40 pitches, I would do half of that. So I would do 20 of these. So basically we're going to start thumb down with the ball. You're just going out like this. So it's boom, just like that. So get close enough to the wall so the kids aren't chasing the ball. So it's thumb down, and it finishes, look, my thumb finishes at the wall. So it pronates just like that. So 20 of those, and then I would go back and finish with pull aparts. I would go 10 above, so again, slow in, and then underneath. It just gets the opposite side of the rotator cuff, top to bottom, just like that. And then from there, that's pretty much the program. It should take about 30 minutes.